Someone once told my son that if he just stays positive, his Crohn's would go away. And I watched his face fall because he'd been doing everything right and he was still flaring. Hi, I'm Kate, and today we're talking about how to handle well-meaning advice from people who don't understand Crohn's. Because if you're living with this disease or caring for someone who is, you've probably heard some version of, "Have you tried yoga?" Or, "My cousin's friend cured theirs with insert random thing here." And it can feel absolutely exhausted. Here's what makes this so hard. These people usually care about you. They're not trying to be cruel, but when you're already dealing with everything you can, managing medications, watching your diet, tracking symptoms, fighting fatigue, and someone suggests you just need to think more positively or try their miracle supplement, it actually lands like it's criticism. Like, you're not trying hard enough. My son's heard it. My husband's heard it, especially after his surgery when people would say things like, "Oh, well, at least that's out of the way, you're fixed." And I've heard it as a mum watching my child struggle, being told I should just take him off his medications and try essential oils. The worst part, you don't want to be rude. You don't want to shut people down, but you also can't keep absorbing these comments without it taking a toll on your mental and emotional energy. And that energy, well, you need that for actual healing. So here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about having the perfect comeback or winning an argument. It's about protecting your energy while maintaining relationships that actually matter to you. Most people giving unsolicited advice are doing one of two things. They're either genuinely trying to help because they feel helpless watching you struggle, or they're uncomfortable with illness and trying to make themselves feel better by offering a solution. Neither of these is actually about you. And here's the thing. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation of your disease, your treatment plan, or why their suggestions won't work. You really don't. But you also don't have to cut people off or create drama every time someone says something clueless. What you need are simple, kind scripts that end the conversation without ending the relationship. Scripts that protect your boundaries without requiring you to educate, justify, or defend yourself when you're already tired. And that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to share 3 real scenarios from our family's experience, what was actually said, and the scripts I wish we'd had ready at the time. Because now, years later, we do have these scripts, and they work. So this is the first scenario, the "just stay positive" comment. This happened to my son during a flare. He was 17, doing everything his gastroenterologist recommended, following his meal plan, taking his medications exactly as prescribed, and he was still flaring. A family friend said, "I really think if you just stayed positive and didn't stress so much about it, your body would heal." The mind is so powerful. I watched his face. He didn't say anything, just nodded. But later he said to me, "Mum, does she think I want to be sick? Does she think I'm not trying?" Here's the script I wish he'd had ready. "I appreciate you caring. I'm actually working really closely with my doctor and doing everything I can. Right now, what helps most is just having people understand that it's complicated." That's it. No exclamation of the immune system, no defending his mental state. Just, "Thank you for caring, I'm handling it." That is what I need instead. If they push back with, "But have you tried?" you add, "I've got a good team helping me figure out what works for my body, but thanks for thinking of me." The key is you're not being rude, but you're also not leaving the door open for more advice. You're closing the loop gently. So the second scenario, post-surgery. "At least you're fixed now," those comments. After my husband's 3rd surgery, and let me be clear, surgery is not a cure, it's a management tool, someone said to him, "Well, at least that's over now. You must be so relieved to have that behind you." He was still recovering, still adjusting to how his body worked differently, still worried about recurrence, and this person was wrapping it up with a bow like it was all sorted. The script we developed for this kind of comment: I'm recovering well, thanks. Crohn's is ongoing, so I'm just taking it one day at a time. Short, factual, doesn't invite questions, but doesn't shut the person down harshly either. If they say something like, but isn't surgery the cure? You can say, it helps manage things, but it's not a cure. I'm still working with my doctor on the long-term plan. You're educating just enough to correct the assumption, but you're not giving them your full medical history, because here's the truth. Most people don't actually want the full medical history. They want reassurance that you're okay so that they can feel comfortable again. And that's fine. You can give them reassurance without pretending the disease is gone. All right, the third scenario. The have you tried comment to the carer. This one's personal for me. When my son was first diagnosed, I had someone tell me I was a bad mother for letting him take immunosuppressants. That if I really cared, I'd take him off all his medications and fix his gut naturally. Well, I'm a natural therapist. I understand gut health. I understand natural medicine. And I also understand that Crohn's is an immune-mediated disease that sometimes requires pharmaceutical intervention to prevent serious complications. But in that moment, I felt like I'd been punched because I was already questioning every decision, already terrified I was getting it wrong, already losing sleep over whether we were doing enough. So here's the script I use now when someone questions our treatment approach. We're working with a great medical team and we're really comfortable with the plan we're on. I appreciate you caring about us. If they keep pushing, but don't you worry about the side effects, I say, we've weighed everything carefully with his doctors. I'm not going to second guess that right now, but thank you. That right now is key. It's not never, it's just not in this conversation with you today. It gives you an out without sounding defensive. Now here's the thing all three of these scripts have in common. They all do 4 things. They acknowledge the person's intention. I appreciate you caring. Thanks for thinking of me. You're not attacking them. They state your boundary. I'm working with my doctor. I'm comfortable with our plan. You're making it clear that this isn't up for discussion. They redirect to what you actually need. What helps most is your understanding. I'm taking it one day at a time. You're telling them how to support you instead. And they end the loop. They don't invite follow-up questions. They land with a period, not a question mark. And if someone really won't let it go, if they keep pushing after you've used these scripts, you have permission to be more direct. I know you mean well, but I'm not looking for advice right now. If I need suggestions, I'll ask. Or even, this is hard enough without feeling like I need to defend my choices. I need support, not solutions. That's not rude, that's honest. And the people who truly care about you will hear it and adjust. The people who don't adjust, they were never really trying to help you. They were trying to make themselves feel useful. And that's not your responsibility to manage. So let's come back to my son and that stay positive comment. If that happened today, he'd have the tools to respond without taking it on. He'd know that someone else's discomfort with his illness isn't his problem to fix. He'd protect his energy for the things that actually help him heal. Rest, good food, his medication, his mental health, time with people who get it. And that's what I want for you too. Whether you're the person with Crohn's or the person caring for someone with it, you deserve to move through the world without constantly defending yourself. You deserve relationships where you're supported, not fixed. And you deserve to save your energy for your actual healing, not for managing other people's anxiety about your illness. So if this helped, share it with someone who needs these scripts. Send it to another carer who's tired of the have you tried comments. Send it to someone with Crohn's who's been made to feel like they're not trying hard enough. And if you want more support like this, real scripts, real strategy, real understanding, come find me in the Crohn's Method community or check out my coaching. I'll see you in the next video and have a beautiful day.